This is the AFLA / Revolution United bi-weekly meeting. Today is June 30th. Welcome everybody online. Let's go to do some introductions around the room right quick, starting with you.
Okay, I'm Melanie. I've been you guys for a while, and ready to rock.
Michael Kundick, Chairman.
Naomi Sunshine, I'm art director of Art School and Culture.
David Turner, second in command, I suppose.
Commander Director.
Commander Director.
I dig it. David Brooks, Revolution United. So the agenda, I'm not sure if you can see it. No, you can't because it's all whited out. We have meeting schedules, organizational meeting, this week's plans for planting, progress points, Utah Arts Alliance events, watering schedule, food for money, composting, swag, gunny crap, harvesting
Protocol.
protocol. I was going to say photons. Budget, Hope Garden, and dump runs. We're gonna, in order to save a little bit of time, we're gonna go to progress points. Or not save time, but make something a little bit more fun so Melanie can take part in the brainstorming concept for this. We're looking for a name for progress points. We have the system already developed. We can't really push forward with the graphic design unless we have like a name for the graphic design to support. And we have the graphic designers ready. They're just waiting for me to just dump and stuff. One of them is working a lot on the Utah Eats project, or the food project. The other one is just waiting. So, ready to go with that. Once we do come up with a name, have them do a recap of all the graphics. And so, what is your suggestion again?
My suggestion again was hive makers
Yeah.
or hive builders. My two favorites. Great connotation of rebuilding what we love so much about Salt Lake. I think that there are a lot of hive connotations. Obviously, everyone likes to do bee stuff in Utah, but at the same time, we're going to be hitting a target that it's a community service industry. There's no hive that I've heard of that is community service oriented. Like you mentioned, you're the art gallery. There's the bus pass. There's a number of things. The hive collective. What do they do?
Like an art collective.
It's art collective. So,
Um,
yeah, what do you think?
I want to stay away from makers. If we were, we can go hive. I'm fine with the hive, but let's come up with another word that can go with that, such as like sodium hive or something more witty. Like it doesn't have to be straight up makers. I mean, especially if it's called the system, or even another synonym for makers potentially. Hive builders.
I actually was looking at synonyms. This one's like builders, makers. Producers.
Hive what?
Producers.
It's a little bit outside of where I've gone.
It could be. You could call it honey makers, or in that sense, you know.
Sounds like a little bit on the south side of it, maybe.
South side.
Honey makers? I don't know.
Isn't that
It makes me feel dirty.
So if we kind of look at why hive is cool, like hive mind mentality, community, interconnectedness, communication.
Is there the hive community?
There's the hive pass.
I don't know if there's the hive community.
Well,
Because it's about community service. That could be. I would go for that.
hive mind mentality. Let's see.
Okay.
There you go.
There's a hive community member badge.
Boy Scouts.
I feel like there's like two different sides. Like what David, when you were saying like the sodium hive, that's something that stands out. It's still true to this region. It's like the magazine Milk, where you're going to remember that and associate that, even though it's not stating it verbatim what it is.
Exactly.
It's unique. But then we also have things like the bicycle collective, where you know so concisely what that is because that's what they call themselves, the bicycle collective.
It's not like abstraction.
Yeah, so if we
I
want
would
something like a
prefer-
brand sharp, or if we like want just to state what we are. But if we say what we are with descriptive words, it's hard to trademark. You can't put any type of copyright on it. 'Cause it's-
Trade hive or hive trade?
Hive trade is kind of cool. Oh,
Interesting.
I like,
Think about bartering.
yeah,
Because it's kind of what it is, essentially. You're getting
But we-
time to-
I want to stay away from having it be like a barter network. I wanted to emerge as that. I don't want to like call it that at the very beginning, because as soon as you say it, they're like, oh, I've heard of stuff like that already. Not that.
It's not fun to figure it out.
Exactly. And then if you call it a sodium hive, or something that's a little bit off key, but you'd be like, it makes it clicks the switch in their head. Like my boy, for example, I'm all about alternative marketing. He runs an engineering company called Sodium Sound, and it's a strawberry-based logo.
Hmm.
Wait, what did I call it? I said sodium?
Sodium sound.
Cherry Sound.
Oh.
And it's strawberry is his logo.
why isn't the cherry? That's alternative
Yeah.
marketing.
Exactly. So stuff like that.
That's cool thinking and engaged.
What did you like the salt hive? What turns you away from that?
Just because there's just so many people doing salt, there's salt in everything. But I don't really see
Yeah,
it.
lots of salt, lots of spice, those are my favorites. Because yeah, one of the logos I was designing was it said 801 and then it cut out, and in 801 was the molecular salt makeup.
The hive swap or the hive trade does let you know what this is. We're trying to build it in people's minds that their service does equate to food and other goods from the community.
But then it's going to be really tough to get businesses on board with something like that. If we're calling it anything trade, they're not going to be stoked on that. It's got to be more of a charitable volunteering than trade up front. You know, that's my concern that I haven't necessarily stated yet too. But it is that when we're going to be outreaching to these businesses, they're going to want to be they want it to be non-profitable, not tradable. Because then what are they getting in return, these businesses, other than, potentially like this indirect marketing support?
Yeah.
So it's got to be something charitable instead of,
A hive coalition.
Or the hive initiative is another one I call it.
That's
But that's,
similar to Legacy Initiative.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to bite off them. They'd be like, what the hell, David? And I'd be like, hey man, it wasn't my,
but it's not like they own the word initiative.
they don't,
It's not that huge.
they
That's
don't.
another word. Aggregation.
No, the hive like call to arms, but it's not what you call it. The hive rally, the hive.
There's not, when you Google sodium hive, not a damn thing comes up.
That would be my
It comes up people's reactions.
Comes up, my bees
Like-
are killed by something.
They're allergic reaction.
Allergic reactions. I don't think many people
We'll make it
would make
seem
that
good.
association.
We want to do that as our logo, like, people like,
People like,
it's
I got the sodium bites.
Oh my
I think it's cool. It's
God.
similar, like Element 11, for example, was a brilliant festival because this 11th element is salt or sodium. And so it's that off, like, once you see, like, you heard it, you're like,
That makes it cool.
it does. So,
If it was graphic design though, on the cell phone,
mhm.
sodium hive seems like it'd be a little big when you look at your screen. But if it was like the chemical thing, the chemical hive, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From the periodic table.
Yeah, so it would look cool.
I think that'd be way dope.
So like cut it out in a hive shape and have just the element.
Or you could have honeycombs with each
Yeah, the
element on
molecular-
each side.
Molecular
Elementary.
structural, but honeycomb.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be way cool. Alright, I can, okay.
A couple bees.
Are we close to just moving on with this?
Then we call them hive points or bee points or.
Alright, points.
You like high points?
Yeah.
I'm willing to allow for high points to success since I can commandeered sodium hive. So we'll go with high points.
That's what we should do. Alright.
Okay, so high points is what it's called. the actual points, and then sodium on it. Cool. Get the graphic designer on that as well. So the concept is having like the molecular structure of sodium. There's a little bit of bees floating in front of it, and then maybe sodium high, and then the molecular structure.
Or, I think we were going on about, honeycomb things with, the actual, what is that called? The periodic table.
Could be in multiple
Like
levels of
the molecule, but with honeycombs or?
No, so the verbiage for sodium on the
periodic table.
periodic table.
Okay.
The symbol, yeah, not the actual, I mean, it looks like
Anyone
honeycomb.
It's already.
name?
Or we could make it that, but just have like honey dripping off of it.
There you go.
The cool thing about sodium is they bond together, so like you can easily rearrange it to be an overall soft particle within it and make it look really honeycomb. There you go. Or honeycomb-esque.
Honeycomb-esque, yeah.
Honeycomb-esque. Sounds
I
Spanish.
love it.
Alright,
So let's just make that look really pro, we'll use it on the phone. For my volunteers, and I don't know how it is for the organization, so everyone's gonna be different. For mine, what I'd like to see is someone coming, hey, if you come back the second time, then we'll have you really listen. Like, I wanna have the incentive to like,
come back.
come back the second time. And then we'll kick it in. I'm thinking 4 hours a week. It's a good like, yeah. So we'll go into that stuff. For specifics.
Yeah, we gotta work out the.
But like, because we can go get, like, I can use AFLA's way, we can go get gift cards and other things from the community and add that to this, as opposed to just handing them to volunteers. I can load it in the program and be like, oh, look at what they got from sodium salt this week. And, yeah, I would love to be part of that team, make sure that's working great. So that my volunteers are like, they're watching for that and they're tracking that.
When would be a good, so I'd like to start pushing progress points to be like weekly or bi-weekly meeting as well. Tuesday nights, every Tuesday night is pretty much full. When would be a solid time for you to meet? Every Monday is my marketing team meeting, and they meet at 5:30, except for the third Monday of each month. And so I'd like to put together the progress points team specifically. And have them just come together, or we can meet digitally. It doesn't have to be physical meetings all the time, but even still, a digital meeting kind of be consistent.
Whoever wants to spearhead that, I want to be on top of it, like, I want to move if at all possible. Because like when I was looking at it at first, there were a few phrasings and words, like, I don't know what Michael Pierce put in and whatnot. If we can do as much as possible to clear that, I don't want there to be too much ownership from either of our organizations. I was thinking, people asked, what is this? Oh, it's something that AFLA and Revolution United helped develop, or Revolution United helped develop. But it's really just a platform.
Yeah.
Basically, Mondays or Thursdays are probably good for him to meet more on a regular basis, or at least for the first one, to get the first input, and then maybe come around and when he has to get cards and drop them off.
Okay.
So Mondays and Thursdays are good.
Let's do Mondays then at, is 7 too late? No. Okay. And we can do every other, or we can even do 9 potentially on one of these nights. Let me see what Carly's schedule is like, because she'll be the one overseeing all of this. She'll be the one outreaching, she'll be the one engaging all the individuals. I'm not sure if you met Carly May.
I'm not sure.
It sounds familiar.
Kind of cool to see what we decide the value of these things is.
What would be really cool too is if one of our meetings involved, like a projector and a whiteboard or something, you could walk through, the functionality both on the phone and on the website. And I can all give our impressions of what's.
This room next door has a really nice screen. I'm gonna be out of town next Monday, so we have to push it back an entire 2 weeks. We can have a phone call conversation, because I'll be driving back at that time.
Could we get a meeting with Michael Pierce?
Yeah, we can include him into this as well. I mean, I was
Just
just
get
gonna,
developed, right?
Yeah, I was just hanging out with him this other week, so, or this last weekend, so he's.
So could the meeting still go on here and they telephone you in? So that it can be on more than.
I haven't talked to him about all the sub-organizations having access here yet, so I'm not sure, I'm trying to ease slowly in, because we just got this much of, oh yeah, this organization needs one, this organization needs one.
I can take it over to the impact of it. I would love to meet with Carly and Michael and anyone else that you have in mind.
Okay.
Just give my feedback on the package
Okay,
of it. And even just once in the next few days or as soon as possible.
okay. And,
Because we have, a homeless family that has been kind of handpicked to start doing our central civical garden, which we're gonna rename to a Hope Garden.
Cool.
And I would love to have something that they can take home every time they go.
so,
And maybe it's not always food. Because they're into just transitional housing now.
Is this the woman with the child she needs to get in first grade?
I'm not quite sure. I just barely
Is this
reached
their-
out to her. I haven't
It's through the legacy,
yes.
so the one girl married Beth.
Is that the one with the little girl?
Well, no, Mary Beth and then a little bit. Okay, just texted Carly, I'll call her after this meeting, see where she's at, I was supposed to call her yesterday. I didn't fuck with it.
Thank you very much. I'm excited.
Yeah. Okay, what do we got? Yeah.
So a lot of our core people can't come at this time. So I just wanted to mention meeting schedules. We're probably going to do every other week. We'll be on Friday.
So you wanna move the Tuesdays to Fridays?
We can do these Tuesdays though, if that's all that works.
Well, that, we can shift our, progress points to every other Tuesday this time. And then, I mean, I'm just out of town a lot on the weekends, like, if I'm not doing an event, I'm out of here. If I'm not a part of an event, I'm not in town, usually. So Fridays are a little bit tough, especially if at night, I can always call in, but,
Yeah.
it might be difficult.
Well, I think that keeping you, as a part of, vice chairman of board meetings here is really important.
Yeah.
So I think we can continue on Tuesdays.
Cool.
I'm just bringing it up for the rest of the crew. Everyone else also, like 7.
And I can come to the meetings earlier. So I've been doing DPS and I don't get off.
See, it's just, he has to do something at 7. Right? So that's what throws us off.
Right.
Is there another weekday during the week that you could do after 7?
My Wednesdays are usually up in the air for extra stuff, like for meeting with Kim or whoever is extra. Thursdays are usually like my free night. So like, cause that's usually when like cool events start happening. But, I mean, if it's an every week thing, I'd probably say no. I'd be a little bit opposed. But if it's something that's sporadic, then I'd probably do it for sure. Especially if it's starting at 5:30 or even 5.
Well, that's kind of the idea, we need to start earlier, rather than the day. Because he doesn't get on until usually 6:30, so.
Yeah, you know, it's,
Are you gonna get that? You're on vacation?
better, yeah. Haven't once in a while. It's always nice when lines up this.
So we're not gonna-
Maybe we don't move anything and then
Yeah.
we have like something really important, like when
And
we
I can
start
just
really.
watch these videos he posts, honestly, like, I mean, I only have so much to offer, I'm not too much involved in the business aspect, which is why you guys need to collaborate so deeply.
Oh, you're here. I'm here too.
Right, I'm learning. I'm learning.
Anyway, so I would like to propose that on Fridays, a special one this Friday, because we gotta talk organization structure, over at Justin Kramer's house, so we can have like kind of dinner and the whole thing, that's it. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Say aye, all right. And then from that Friday, let's do the next Friday also, and then start doing it every week. That way we don't have 2 meetings in 1 week.
Right.
Okay. All right, organizational meeting, that's what I was talking about. On Friday, we're gonna talk to, like, have everybody there. Just be like, hey, here's a couple different ways we can structure, like, our volunteers, or team leaders, or, way we do business. That way, after that, I can actually offer roles to people with responsibilities in mind and see how they do things. I don't really want to be up in the air too much more. Now, I just want to reiterate for the recording and pick your brain real quick. I want to redo our paperwork to have current board members on it. And I need a chair, a vice chair, and a secretary, and a treasurer, correct? Okay. Now from there, I can also pick as many or as few people that I want that would be potentially paid roles because they're directors of the organization, not board members.
Right.
Now, when you say directors, does that imply a board member? Or is the word director can be used?
You can have your actual workers be a part of the board as well. That's sometimes how it works. It's not a problem.
As long as, as long as there's not some kind of conflict of interest,
Right. As long as they're not pushing for there to be like a lot of funds or any sort of funds being pushed into like their business that they already run, or if they're a politician being able to support their political agenda through this organization and stuff.
And for common roles that I've always like sought out to fill would be like events coordinator, would be marketing director, would be an operations manager. What does operations manager do to you?
Operations is making sure that everything's running properly. So whatever it is that's necessary for a space or an event or a project or whatever to be like efficient, they're in charge of making sure that they have it all, making sure that the individual who is doing the event coordination is actually doing the event coordination and being an assistant to them. So keeping track of everything that's going on in the organization, or being a person who's in charge of the garden potentially for your organization. So they'd be like an operations director of a garden. You know, I'm not sure how much you want to give an individual, how much responsibility.
We want to make sure it's reasonable for people, because there's a lot of physical side. I like also the project manager. I think that would be someone who makes sure volunteer day is like prepped beforehand, is aware of what's going on the site. Yeah, the one that looks at the sites, and this is what needs to be done, are the resources prepared, and let's do it. I also think there should be like a properties manager. I don't know if that's the right terminology,
Of the site manager.
but I'm thinking of someone that's overlooking, like, I guess I'd call it the agricultural director, would probably be the best for that, is what I mean.
Right.
Do you think so?
I think that works. Well, what are they doing? They're making sure that everything is getting watered and whatnot? Or?
Yeah, they make sure watering schedule's going strong, they know the fertilizing schedule.
That would be like a director of operations in essence.
I look at the director of operations as having a lot of back-end responsibilities as well.
Okay.
Would you or no?
It's a combination of both. Like honestly, you can divvy it up or integrate it as much as possible because they're involved with operations at all, and that's in essence what they'd be doing. Director of operations would though know who is going out to water at a specific time, who is doing all these specific elements and making sure that it's getting done.
Yeah.
So
I see the operations manager overlooking the properties or the agricultural director. Because that's just one side of the business. And I know it's a big side of what we're doing.
okay.
And also with the treasurer role on the board, like, that is a role that they're expected to essentially track receipts and track things.
Yeah, so that's something that I wanted to talk about too. After the board of director meeting, Kai was a little bit concerned because it was like, he's like, man, these organizations never really like prep or anything, or I don't know, they didn't really like have like a solid definition on what it was they were trying to do. It's like I'm a little bit concerned, because it's like I'm part of the board, and if anything goes wrong with what they do, it'll come after you legally, and then it'll come to the board of directors. And it's like, man, you serve jail time for putting away funds, like similar to how like that those cancer organizations recently got busted. just making sure all of our ducks are in line. So having a treasurer-free organization would be phenomenal. And in essence, what I'd like to see is a ledger of every single, like donations coming in. Like you can just have that as one line on your ledger. But then everything that goes out, I'd like to see like a specific like item cost, item cost, item cost.
And I need to go back to those receipts I gave you so I can get an Excel sheet solid.
Yeah, that would be great. And I mean, you have the bank account stuff too online that you can utilize through that too. But there's some stuff obviously that you wrote receipts for that's not going to be in there. So that'll be essential because that's what if we get audited, they're not going to want to see, every single receipt. They're going to look on our ledger, look on our actual cost estimate and be like, okay, let's see that receipt. And I'll be like, okay, it's right here. Let's see this receipt. Okay, here it is right here. And so making sure that it's in specific folders as well.
Would you order it by category or by date?
By date and category. So like
A receipt can't be in two
You have
places at once.
an Excel sheet
Oh,
where
you
you can
Absolutely.
search.
yeah, I'm talking about the Excel sheet. The receipts though, they'll just be in one overall folder. Like he's not gonna be like, okay, that took you guys too long. You guys are inefficient. You guys failed. Be like, bro, it's all in, this is one specific project. Give us some time. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll send you all of the categories that goes into our tracking for our 501c3 990 report at the end of the year, and just categorizing your step into that. So like there's operational costs, there's materials costs, there's subcontractor costs, and all those things can be divvied out and like what the name is of the person, stuff like that. So I'll work with you on creating that Excel sheet. If you want to create like a rough draft one, it'd be nice.
The secretary is just there strictly to make sure the minutes are taken.
The minutes are taken and adhered to, and making sure that this video gets online and stuff is shared with the public that happens in these meetings.
To what extent?
Just, again, just in general, having access on your website really is where all of these board of director meetings.
Do all organizations like have publishable minutes?
They do.
Where do you find that?
On their website, under reports. There's usually a section on there that's like compliance or something. And so it'll have their 990s from every year, and then it'll also have their board of director minutes. They're supposed to do it. I don't know.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about these reporting things, and I feel like for a long time, people are becoming more and more aware that the business is not easy. There's some things about how you talk about the community and interact with, and like difficulties you're having as an organization, that you kind of want to do your strategizing before it goes out too much. But I love that we're recording these, and I feel like more, if we want to, I think it'd be a good approach to just make it a point that please watch what we're doing. Learn from it. Start your own business if you're learning something from it too, because we're just like, stumbling through some of the pitfalls as we go along.
Totally.
Maybe we'll say something now and again that might offend someone sometimes, or might, like give the wrong impression to some or other, but I'd rather that happen than, I'd rather start a new trend with total transparency and like kind of monitor it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So if you're into that, I think that'd be pretty interesting. Like you said, get it out to the public, because recordings are great. Anyways, see if we can't make it faster. We got some time. This week's plans for planting.
UAA events, you have on August 1st?
Well, that's part of the issue. We just had this last event last week, and we're dealing with fit and delay on it, and we had issues with getting the ability to sell alcohol. That was a younger crowd. We had the impression about, how making the private party, which we put out the intention of very much so, and then alcohol could be at least be a tip. That changed according to the UAA. It was last minute. We actually ended up losing money on the event because we had to write for a month. I know, it's like our first major event here.
That means you're in a porta potty, why?
Because there's no bathroom.
No access to it.
Yeah. And we can't just keep money or anything, except those keeps it out, but it can't have guys. And so it's just a little bit disappointing, disheartening. You know, we worked really hard to get that one out and keep the venue clean all year. And we've been swamped with the gardening volunteers and with getting these properties into top shape. And so this is the least amount of events by far we've ever had this year. And, you know, our name's already out there, that's cool, but the fundraising's not coming in and the artist involvement is just not where it should be. So we have this August 1st event planned, we've been thinking about it for a while.
Barn raiser, right?
Yeah, the barn raiser, that's gonna kill as soon as we put it together. But it's not ready yet, and I don't honestly think a month, with everything that's on our plate, still isn't enough time. But, I mean, you know how much time goes into an individual and to a successful fundraiser. If you got a month to pull it out of this, to have the kind of year that we need to count on, I don't know.
I mean, it depends on how strong your team is. If you have a graphic designer pushing out content every single day, then yeah, you'll make it, because that's what's important. If you have a cinematographer helping you film a video and releasing that every 2 days, then yeah, you'll make it if you have. It's all about content, man, really what it comes down to, and how well you get your message out there to the people, and how often you get your message out there. Because you're not going to get your funds all in one day. It's going to be like, oh, that's pretty cool. No, I'll donate to that eventually. Then they'll see it again. They'll see something else about it. And they're like, oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll donate to that today. Oh, I got a phone call from Sarah. And then they forget. But then you send out something again. Oh, yeah, I forgot to. And then it's all about just posting new content. Not the same stuff every single time, but with your campaign, make sure you have people that can generate content every day.
Yeah. So we won't be ready.
Okay. And your video too, like
What kind of content are we talking? We have all these spaces and we have all these people. Would it be like, because that would be the issue. I can collaborate with people that I know who could run interviews with nice cameras or, a situation like that.
Do you have some cinematography hookups?
I pretty much, yeah, do.
Cool.
But it would just be a matter of organizing them to know what to create. So what would be?
If we have a barn
a bunch
raiser,
of different videos, like small clips done by cell phones, and we have tons of photos.
Yeah, photos, I mean, if it's a photo, if it's whatever it is, just making sure it ties back to what your thing is.
if we did a barn raiser and the video was ready to go, show the dark boxes that we're planning on building a lot of, show the property we just redid and how it's gonna get, what content would you possibly like follow up with after the video?
Before and afters?
Well,
Just all kinds of fun stuff.
highlight, so you make like a meme for everything that you guys are doing specifically, like, okay, we're doing, like, everything innovative about your project that you guys are doing. What makes you guys different? Turn it into a meme and share it as much as possible. Get everyone to share it. Videos, same thing. Talking about each one of those specific elements, getting individuals to share how they're part of this, why they support AFLA, getting big people, like any of your biggest contacts you have here who know people, for example, Megan, she posts anything on Facebook and have like 6,000 dudes. You're like, oh, that's such an amazing, beautiful idea. And you'll be good to go. It's really, yeah, just creating as much as you can. Like, you just gotta be super innovative. Like, I was talking to Jed who runs Jed's Barbershop the other day, about how he struggled at the beginning with finances. He didn't have any of the money, but the way that they succeeded is through really clever, witty, innovative social media. And so that's what you have to create. You have to sit down, meditate, and come up with new stuff that people want to see, that people haven't seen. It's a mission.
What's trendy? Yeah.
And then the lineup before, so if this day works or doesn't work, regardless, We have the bar manager video, we're starting to push it. The data of it itself, are we pushing video the whole time until we release the video when that hits?
You want to try and build as much cloud rapport before you launch the video, just so you can have like a. You want to at least on your first day, you want to try and bring in at least $500 a minute. We got all of that just from the one event. We didn't have very many donations come online. One, because we weren't even ready. Like you're saying that, take a month to get stuff done. And I was doing damn near everything. I made video, did the website, doing the graphic design, and now it's like I'm barely getting the team to start working on other stuff on their own. And man, it was super stressful, super mission. It's a double-edged sword knowing how to do stuff. But
And I wanted to talk to you guys. I can't stand my job anymore. And it's just something I don't. I'd like to, just throw out there that I like to do something with you guys. Figure something else out besides what I'm doing right now. It's killing me.
but your savings in your facility.
If I can't do the job, then I'm not gonna make money. Take any day off I can. It's too hard. 20 miles a day on foot, carrying boxes around in 103 degree weather. Just
Can you get a scooter?
yesterday.
Yeah.
I got 300 boxes in my back of my truck, and some of them weigh 150 pounds. Can you imagine someone ever running a scooter trying to go up the flight of stairs? 200 deliveries. I don't know. There really isn't a better system than what they have, besides the road up. No, I mean, it's a great job. There's a ton of opportunity, and I work really hard and feel really, achieved at the end of the day, but, the company is going kind of the route of corporate apathy. They don't care about anyone anymore. There's all this corporation stuff down on us, and we're going to lose our union pretty soon. Yeah, it just
Seems to right.
Yeah, they're kind of they're doing their stuff, but it's just like they're getting kind of every year.
Chiseled.
What if,
Break the unions.
because we did a solstice concert series last year, and it was too much work and not very conducive. Not to cut it off.
No, you're fine. I just want to let you know.
What if we did something like the Harvest Fundraiser, and we had an event the first week of the month and an event the last week? So it's a launch party and then party.
Yeah.
As
It's only for a month, your campaign?
much?
As long as possible. Ours is for 60 days.
You know,
That's why I'm not like super pushing, like, I need to get it done, and I am like that, but it's not super pressing in my head. Once we have all of our content, we'll be like another 3 days.
stretch it further. We could do like 3 minutes, push it over 60 days.
And think about alternative means, like, you don't have to be the ones putting on all the events, potentially you can collaborate with them as a group. For example, Omar, for some reason it's David in my phone, I think he said that. His real name is David. Maybe not. He had that event on Friday, and a certain percentage of that went to us. And so we got 10% of how much he made, which is pretty cool, So potentially collaborating with these other organizations, other businesses, to do something on their own to raise funds. Flexing your network really is essential. Like we'll be having a dinner night over at Stages here pretty soon too. We got breweries to have a movie night for us, and it's just utilizing the places and the resources where people are already at.
I also really want to keep drawing attention to that archive email. It's hard for me to want to hold the fundraiser outside of it in general. But I also want to be practical about turnouts. What do you think?
Combination of both. Still have your events there because you have the spot. It's easy. It's yours already. You want to push it. But if you're just housed in one place, people get bored of being in the same place all the time. they know what to expect, they know how to dance, and they know what the music can sound like relatively.
Be interesting to collaborate with Metro, just because they're right there, and they get a lot right there, especially on Thursdays.
Yeah, we don't get the right crowd out of them usually though, but we, I mean,
They're
yes,
willing
you
to
know.
give us percentage of our sales and doing it at first and
Oh, there we are.
Okay, no, we're good. I love sure. It's just hard to see how it all ties in. We're kind of stuck in this realm, like, are we family friendly, are we, or if not, are we older able, but we can't serve alcohol, are we?
Right.
It's difficult.
Yeah.
I think AFLA is all ages and all accents. I think it started out with a very specific group and it kind of revolved around like late nights and beers and being bros and hanging out and now it's opened its doors to party guys.
Just to cover just a couple of these things real quick. Thanks for all your insight. We're gonna need to find outlets for our food. We're gonna wanna sell some baskets too, and, outside companies and whatnot. And I think if we were to sell to even of our personal networks, like I went to Big Times Tattoo and was talking to my friends, like, you find that all these guys are being super supportive of buying veggies on bringing baskets. They talk about on there. That's cool.
Well, I wouldn't want to bring your baskets places because you're gonna reach some losses in that sense. Like it'd be ideal with your first run of baskets to try and sell them all beforehand.
Well, yeah, not just like go door to door. Like, you're right, yeah.
Well, even taking it over to like a cathedral tattoo shop. Here's a basket. Hopefully someone buys it. Print it out. Make an actual flyer or something and post that around town.
Maybe give a few stamps or tasters, make some flyers.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
That'd be cool. Composting,
Taster.
try to get people on picking up coffee grounds. Have a schedule for water, just like we do schedule for composting. It's, coffee grounds will destroy everything. So,
Yeah, and when we water, Centro, we need to be watering the compost.
and like getting in a workshop, let's make it a big workshop day. And just
It's one of the biggest things.
bring in some materials that we need to.
Should I quick one back to food though? It's got to be considered a donation unless you're okay with paying the sales tax on the items. Because like I said, we have a sales tax ID number already, but I want to try and stay away from using that as much as possible.
On the flyer, we'll just say, one for a donation of $30 to AFLA, we get a basket of fresh produce.
Cool.
Yeah.
For free.
For free. Swag, donate shit, one, simple logo, looks cool, put it on, simple shirts, one color. We do that for you, really soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have a graphic designer? Can you do graphic design? Do you have access to Illustrator and stuff?
Yeah.
If I send you a picture of what it is now, I don't believe I have the vector file anymore. Can someone make that out and basically copy it and turn it into the proper file? I know they have to redraw it or whatever, but.
No, there's a way to extract it. Damn it, Michael.
Yeah.
If I can find my charger, my computer is
Oh, yeah, that's right. We should've-
really cool.
Okay.
Like, it's pretty much straightforward.
So you haven't been using this since that day?
Wait, what?
The charger either at his house or lost it.
Oh, really? That's not in your house?
I haven't seen it.
I think it would be in that front
Yeah.
room.
That's exactly where I looked. And I think someone might have taken it and then like, oh, this might be someone else's treasure.
Yeah.
I'll look around again.
Yay, another $100.
Also, I was also saying, when I first started doing nonprofit stuff, the assistant director was like a legitimate role that I understood was, took place a lot.
They're usually pretty much director of operations.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing.
They're the person that knows everything that's going on and makes sure that it gets done with.
Yeah. if you were to have an assistant director and an operations director, it would get confusing when it comes to responsibilities. Too much overlap.
I wouldn't say there's too much overlap, that's what you need to sit down with both of them.
I picture the operations manager is like the spider above,
Yeah.
and the assistant director, next to that one. But, all right.
So your operations director would be Brad Pitt in that one movie.
In that one movie?
You know, where he's, the one where he's like Gladiator or something, Troy.
Oh, okay, there you go.
And you have two main people who are saying, go get a Brad Pitt, right? And that's the director and, or CEO and assistant director.
Alright, anyways, because there's like, if you were not a for-profit, like CEO, vice president, and director of operations would exist, right?
Yeah, CFO would be in there
That's
too.
financial.
Oh, I got a feeling we're gonna have 2 titles.
10.
Yeah.
Alright,
It'll be fun.
harvesting protocol, we need somewhere cool to put our shit, we need somewhere to keep it.
When is harvest happening?
In the next month, it's gonna start getting pretty nice.
Yeah, it's gonna start flowing like a river of red.
Our summer crops, we got most of, 90% of our crops are summer.
Okay.
And
So
it's
those
like
are
gone.
We need some fridges. Like a
Yeah.
cooler or.
Even just a cool basement, someone has a really,
I do.
do you? Is it pretty,
Nice.
fit, real? Just kidding.
I have that one fridge in my room, it's not being used.
I can get a fridge off KSL for less than $100.
One second.
I've been meaning to.
Wanna
Sarah.
go check out his.
What's up with you?
Yeah. Put some storage, maybe some shelving, just check it out.
Yeah, my brace is
My friends want to do that.
Great.
Yeah. I'm not sure they discover, I'm not sure they know what it is, because it's on
Figure that for sure. It's a little messy, it's a little gross in there.
No, mine are just cleaned out.
Well,
Yeah.
the structure is, it's dusty and
It's older.
Okay.
really.
Cool. Yeah.
So I'm not sure about 100% of.
You need to cash that and get that back to me ASAP.
So I can put this in my link and give it to you. Yes, that makes sense, okay.
Now I can even buy it. Well, no, it actually just stayed.
Thanks for the prompt. Sorry about that, I write this system down from now on. Hope Garden, I don't know if you know what's going on there. There's this deputy sheriff assistant guy, well done. Knows a lot of city stuff that I don't really know a whole lot about, this is directly concerning. But he did offer a fence and a storage container for the initiative. Central Civic Road.
I wonder if there's a way to use that storage container as cold storage. Probably not, you have to spend a lot of money, but.
Yeah.
I think we were gonna ditch the shipping container idea, because it might just be a little too hot. And do some type of wooden structure for a tool shed.
Yeah.
Well, whatever he wants to do, he's the one that suggested that, 'cause he said it was super easy for him to get. But whatever they're willing to do, we basically got a proposal set up by Travis, and Tommy put inputs into it, and we just got that all finished up.
For Hope Gardens.
We're gonna call it Hope Garden.
Cool.
Central, and I guess, started about a new family that was, wanted to help out, just kind of seeing it out. How do you think that would work?
Do you think the Hope Walkers should go there?
I don't see why not, we have to talk to.
It's a loft space.
Yeah.
It's a what?
It's a
Loft.
loft space.
Good, that's perfect.
So they walk in, like, they have a gate that locks the whole.
I was there last night around 11:30. I don't like the traffic that flows through there at night. I think that the more stuff we put there, the more we're asking.
It's gonna, once the fence goes up, it's like a double lock system.
That's great, yeah.
So they won't be able to get in the front at all.
That's perfect.
They don't want to be able to use the motors.
Not all the time, not at all hours, they come and get it. So like, if you close the gate at 10, they have to come back in the morning. That's how it would have been at any other.
The way they run it, they're very inconsistent. You never know if they're not even gonna show up, you never know when they're in the morning, maybe not. Like, I wouldn't,
We have, if it's Dentro, like I could talk to Brandon on the campus over there in Central City, but
talk to them.
and what I'd like to do is make an automatic timer lock, and that's something we could invest into, like 10 p.m. every night.
Yeah, talk to them.
Like I said, I was there pretty late last night, and I was watching people play around that arcade. There were like 50 homeless people, like, looking in and watching my dog. I turned my water off through the fence, like I was wandering around that lot over there, waiting for me to leave, so come hang out in the garden. Like, there's a lot.
Was the gate not locked outside?
It's locked, it's just, there's a damaged part of the gate that you can get through. And
Anyways, that's why we need the gate and for your assistance and the garden protected. But we should, even if it might be good to go in together on this. Talk to them, update them on what's going on with the garden, talk about building the hose lockers, just to be the garden food.
And create a mural, and then see if we can get tap into their water line.
And then put a stage up there. And they would really let just about anything they want, I think, because they like just being there for the community, they like to stick to their own business, they let us have one.
Well, I know they have events there every once in a while too.
all the time.
Yeah.
More often than not.
Outside.
Yeah.
More often than not.
Yeah, seems like they have like a stage. They appreciate it, and get you this.
Should we talk about, handicap thing?
No, that's something we're looking at. Arrange ourselves.
What's the deal with Lewis?
He's just kind of decided to have some pretty serious concerns with us. I think very exaggerated. Like he has issues with things that are UA's protocol. The water bill and the apparently he needs them. And so he's invited a couple of volunteers about the way we do things with watering because it affects him somehow, and maybe that's his concern with the UAA, and we've never been asked to pay the water bill or even brought it up. So that's really odd. And yeah, he hasn't called me back, but he's not taking to people that care about outside and expressed like pretty much desire to just keep us out of the garden because it's not lucrative enough. And apparently, when we turned on the hose one time, it splashed one of his bikes a little bit while we were watering. So we're going to put a new hose on there today. And so it'll be fresh and clean. We'll put a little sign next to it that says, take the hose right out of the way when you're done watering. And he even had an issue with our educational garden. Because I guess Andrew told him that the city wants to have a food there for community garden purpose. And so we said, okay, we'll just do a small one and say do not pay for the food, it's educational. And Derek was on that all last year, finally that this year.
I think he's just finding any reason
So
at this
yeah, I
point.
don't know
Yeah,
why.
he named off like 10 things to me, like.
I think I expected 4.
Yeah. Kept going and
And
going.
he said he didn't think there should be flowers.
Yeah.
I don't see why it's his prerogative at all.
And it's weird that he's not talking to you directly, to you and the UAA, he's talking to our volunteers. I don't think that's appropriate.
Not at all.
Yeah, he pulled me aside last night for about half an hour, and I was like, look, man, like, I'd like to work something out with you, let's meet up with Mike, well, he just ended up walking away. I'm a pretty nice guy, and I had a little conversation, it's got some heated emotions as well.
It's weird. Yeah, in his defense, I understand he's had a child, so he's probably pretty stressed out.
Sure.
But no way to treat your neighbors.
Yeah. So
Dump runs, and then we gotta finish this because my laptop's about to die.
We gotta get some stuff out of Central.
Yeah.
We'll plan on that sometime for next week. Because this week, tomorrow I'm meeting with Christopher and Omar, we are finishing the pathway and getting a bunch of soil put around and it's maybe doing some plants planted. Thursday, finishing as much of that work as needed.
I mean, I was thinking make sure I tackle as much as we can and get some fire boxes built for Central. We have a lot more space there now that we've cleaned that area out.
Yeah, we'll do that. Probably not this year, right? Garden boxes, et cetera.
Let's get it built.
Yeah,
Have all that wood, it's just sitting there.
I just, I've been thinking in the next 2 weeks here.
Well, eventually.
Friday, Alex, the guy who did the permaculture design stuff,
Oh,
and I told you about.
Yeah.
He came up and was there on the first day. He's gonna come on Friday, and he's gonna have all the plants there, the joint is by the nursery, and we're gonna plant them all. Melanie's gonna be there to help. These are really, really cool, and I'll just return all the plants that we don't end up using. And, then the job is also done. Last thing will be a sprinkler system put in, and.
Central?
No, that, the other job, yeah.
Okay, I see.
So that's what I'm focused on.
Yeah.
And budget wise, like, we're definitely running short, I can't really cover all the plants up front, so I'm gonna talk to Dan and see if he'll pay the rest of his amount, ahead of time.
Yeah, and if,
Where was the 600 from?
Matt, Rico, we met, the last meeting,
Hmm.
just the typing.
Right.
and, if you guys could start including me in some of your financial situations that you guys are in, like, definitely, in the next 2 weeks, I think, start donating to you guys. Very helpful. At least money and some projects. Yeah.
That's what I was telling you, you gotta invest in yourself, and I already feel bad enough that you feel like you need to, so.
Well, I mean,
Told us.
this is, potentially, this is the cool thing.
Okay,
It's a
cool.
community,
My name's David, I move to adjourn the meeting. Anybody second? All in favor? Aye, aye, aye. Thank you for watching.